Hello everyone, this is Jackie, and this is my first art journal page or intentional art journal page, and I do like how it came out. I made some mistakes, one of which is overthinking the whole process. I need to let go, just be spontaneous and not worry so much. And one of the things I did do is I joined, or I'm following a person's blog, and for free she's offering prompts, and then she gives you ideas. And I really do like the ideas, or the idea of a prompt, because it can be interpreted so many different ways, and I just like seeing people's takes on it. And last week's prompt was up and away. She made a cute little page with a elephant with wings, and I thought it was just so cute. But what I thought of when I read the prompt was butterflies. That's what came to my mind, and of course dress forms. I love dress forms with wings. I don't know why. That's just what I'm fascinated with right now, and I just thought, you know, kind of glittery and shimmery, so I was really wanting to use my silks, and this was the perfect excuse to do that. And I just sprayed using some Glimmer Mist, the blue or the turquoise, and the green and the amethyst was the Heidi Swapp. This is a Heidi Swapp stencil. I applied it using the iridescent medium that I got the other day from Michaels. And I just flipped the stencil upside down to put it up here, and I taped off the bird because otherwise the bird would have been upside down. And then I colored it in with the silks. You know, I used the green, and then I used the blue, and the purple on the bird cage, and the purple on the dress form. I stamped. I wanted a doily stamp. I don't have a doily stamp. The closest I have is this one, and I'm realizing that I don't really like this as a stamp. I like it for the texture when I use my rub and buff, but I do not like it as a stamp, but that's okay. It's what I had, it's what I used. And what's funny is after I had stamped onto the page, and I wanted it later on to put the texture onto the bird cage so I could use my rub and buff, I couldn't find it. So I had to use a different stamp, and I didn't like that one for this, and I will show you why in a little bit. And then I tried to use bubble wrap to get these, you know, dots, and that didn't work. So I had to go in with the paintbrush handle to get the circles a little bit more defined. I tried to use another stencil, which I didn't show you guys yet, but it's the Christy Tomlinson. It's one of the pretty flowers. I tried to use a white Dylusions spray that I'd gotten. That didn't work. You can see a little bit over here, and I will bring this up closer so you can see, but that didn't work out so well for me. I used a stamp as a border, and I didn't have a white gel pen because I wanted to go in. There's kind of some circles at the end, and I wanted to go in with the white to, kind of add some detail there, but I don't have one, so I used a gold one. I had a gold gel pen, and again, I'll show that up close here in a little bit. I used my Harlequin stamp that I bought thanks to Kelly Merton because I saw her with it and I wanted it, so I went out and found it at Michael's. Let's see, what else did I do? I used a Martha Stewart punch to punch out these butterflies on some vellum. I've never worked with vellum before, so that was exciting. And what else? That's pretty much it as far as texture and layering, other than I did go in with a pit marker or a pit pen in black to outline everything, and then I also used a, I don't think I showed this either, or maybe I did. I got this on clearance at Michael's. This big brush, big brush pen, Faber-Castell. It's the light cobalt turquoise, and just kind of outlined everything and smudged it. So it gave it a nice shading, kind of grungy. I really like that. Kind of a real grungy. And to outline the whole page, I used a black gelatos that I got from Ally Stamps. So I'm kind of, that's my new website right now, is Ally Stamps on Etsy. I ordered some stuff from her. What else? Oh, for the birdcage. You can kind of see why I didn't like that stamp. It's too little. So the whole stamp came out. You can see the image. It's this little flower. Whereas if I had used this one, it wouldn't have been, you wouldn't have been able to tell what it was. You would just get the texture. So I didn't really like that. But anyway, I used the Snapdragon, And then I embossed using the Lindy Stamp Gang Angel Wings embossing powder. Really, really like that. It was super pretty, but it was still kind of bright, and quite by accident, because I'd used the Rub and Buff on this one, and I'll show that in a little bit. As I was trying to blend in, in the shading, some of the Rub and Buff that was on my fingers got onto the bird cage, and it kind of toned it down, because I was thinking, what am I going to do to tone that down? So using the Rub and Buff kind of did that for me. And you can see where I outlined the little circles with the pit pen. And then you can see the butterfly, the vellum butterfly. I used a purple on the bottom and a blue on the top. You can see the little bird. He was super bright, so I had to tone him down with the white and the black gelatos. And I really like that kind of grunged up look from the shading, rubbing that big brush pen. And so yeah, that was really, really nice effect, or at least in my opinion. And you can see another one of the vellum butterflies. Now for the dress form, I used an embossing folder, a script embossing folder that I got from Hobby Lobby. The wings are a Spellbinders die, and it's a butterfly, so I just cut those off for the wings. I painted the dress form with the silks, the Snapdragon color, and I know you really can't see that on camera, but it is super pretty. And I liked the embossing powder on this so much I decided to use it on the dress form. Well, I painted it with the Snapdragon, then I used my Rub and Buff, and then I embossed on it as an afterthought because I did this one and I liked it. And I don't know if you can see how pretty that angel wings embossing powder is on the wings. It's just so pretty, so iridescent. And then for the sentiment, let your imagination fly, I used some canvas paper. And I had seen these little pads, but I never really paid attention at Joann's. It's $1. And then I just happened to look over and I saw canvas paper, so I picked one up for $1. And I used that. I stamped on it using some little Studio G stamps. I was losing my mind trying to stamp out that sentiment, trying to make it perfect. And so finally I had to just let it go, And it didn't come out too bad. It's a little wonky, but not too bad. Again, just need to not overthink the whole process. And I don't know if you can see the little gold, see the little circles at the end? I used the gold gel pen. And yeah, overall really, really pleased with the page. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you what I did for the actual skirt. I wanted it to be kind of, I don't know, what's the word? I don't know, but anyway, I had a idea in my mind, and so the closest thing that I could come up with, I guess kind of like a gauzy feeling. So I just used some cheesecloth and some glittery tulle that I just cut into strips, and I had a piece of organza ribbon in a white, and I just knotted some strips onto it and just tied it on as the skirt. So there we go. That's my first intentional art journal page. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.